All right, so let's take a look at regular expressions and how we use them. So we spend a lot of time talking about what they are, and actually the creation of them is out of the scope of this class, right? We won't worry too much about how you know, create them. Like I said, you can easily go out there and Google around and find ones that do what you want them to do. But you do need to know how to use them within code. We saw how to use JavaScript objects to validate those patterns, but let's see how we apply it to applications. All right. So of course, whenever you have a form such as allowing users to register, or allowing users to create an order, or allowing users to create an issue, hint, hint. All right, you want to make sure that the data that comes into your application is valid or it's not garbage data. All right, and that's important because it also helps prevent things like SQL injection attacks from a security perspective. All right, so the old saying is true here: garbage in, garbage out. Right. So just a regular form, right? So let's look at the registration form. So we just have a regular registration form here. Uh, Post action ID is the form. It has some labels, some select fields, blah blah blah. Nothing special, all right? But here we also include those error messages, right? But let's look at our registration JS script and see what we have going on. All right, so as usual, we have our windows.onload event. Now, our users.window.onload event is setting up the submit for the form, right? So when the form is submitted, we're going to call validate form, all right? We're disabling the submit button starting off, and we're going to watch for changes with this event. So not important for this, and we saw this in Enable Tooltips before. But the thing we want that's important are these two. All right, we want to validate the form, but we want the form submit button to be disabled until we've decided that it passes validation. All right, then we'll allow them to submit, right? All right, so let's look at the submit form or validate form function. All right, so here we're just grabbing the Windows event object. We're grabbing our values from our form. All right, and we set an error flag. Now, if there's our pattern. All right, so we're validating the first name uh, of the user. So we're making sure they put a value in the first name field. All right, and we're testing that pattern, this pattern here, with the value that's passed in from the form. All right, and if we feel like it passes that pattern, then we'll remove the error message. All right, or else we'll add an error message that they need to enter their first name. All right, so here we're checking that it starts with, because remember this is start with character, it starts with a capital letter from A to Z. All right. All right. Here we're validating the email address. So this is a regular expression for validating emails. Isn't that cool, right? Woo. Anyway, there's our dot test, and remember from our earlier lecture what we said dot test returns, right? It returns a Boolean value. So we're testing our email value from the form. If it passes, we remove the error message. If not, we add the error message and set error to true. All right. Here's the regular expression for validating a phone number. All right. 3 digits followed by a dash, optional dash or a dot, followed by 3 more digits, right? Followed by a dash or a dot, followed by 4 more digits. All right. And we test the phone dot value with that. Remove the error message or add the error message. All right. All right. No regular expressions here, but here's our regular expression for validating a zip code. All right, and we're testing zip dot value. All right, so then finally, after we validated all our form data, we check to see if error is true. If it is true, we're going to prevent the form's submission. All right, so you've already seen where we prevented submission with returning false, right? Returning true, returning false. All right, we can also do the same by calling e.prevent default. So here we're checking to see if prevent default actually exists on the E object, because it may not from browser to browser. If it does exist, then we're just going to call e.prevent default, or we're going to set it to false like we normally do, or we're just going to return false like we've been doing. All right, and that is it for validation with regular expressions. Take care.